Now, to my friend from Wisconsin, I yield 3 minutes for his line of questions.
Well, thank you. A couple comments first, as far as that tax cut. I was here when the tax cut was done. I think a huge amount of time the Republicans said in closed conference is making sure that nobody could say these were tax cuts for the rich. And I can tell you on a personal level, the complaints I almost always got on the tax cuts were from the rich, who got a tax increase because they lost their state and local tax deduction. So to me, we did disproportionately deal with that. I also want to point out, as far as the necessity of tax increases, we just got done with a biennium in which the Democrats had both houses and could have used reconciliation to do what they've been promising to do for many years, and that is raise the cap on what you tax for tax revenue on Social Security, and they didn't do it. And that would have been, I guess you would say, solely a tax cut on the rich. Now, I'm a little bit concerned, even though I'm a co-sponsor of the amendment of the commission, people talking about putting Social Security on the table. I agree that Social Security is kind of a contract we've written with a good segment of America, and there are all sorts of parts of this budget that should be unconstitutional under the 10th Amendment and really should be left to the states, and if the programs are that good, the states would pick them up. I'm thinking particularly of things like education, corporate welfare under the Department of Commerce, the entire welfare safety net, which is so utterly broken, should be left to the states. Can you comment, one of you, and I share with Mr. McGovern that sometimes we haven't really looked at the defense budget like we should have. Could you comment on, when we look at balancing the budget, the degree to which the 10th Amendment should play a role, and we should begin just shoving wholesale items back to the states who can do things more efficiently and are probably in a better position to judge whether these programs are effective?
I'll take the bait. I would say,
I mean, just I was going to say,
Yeah.
it really bugs me that we have all these unconstitutional programs, and I hear congressmen say we got to bite the bullet and cut Social Security.
yeah, and I know, Mr. Grothman, you are a stalwart in bringing that particular issue up in closed conferences and in other places, and I commend you on that. And in an ideal world for me as a constitutionalist, I would love to have those things back at the state level, having served in the state legislature, and I know you did too. I think we're more effective at many of those. However, at this point, much like my desire for a balanced budget amendment to the U.S. Constitution, I think that might be a bridge too far, or a future bridge that needs to be crossed, that what we need to deal with right now is the immediate looming problems that we're going to have with all of our, and by the way, it's not just Medicare and Social Security, it's all of our trust funds need to be examined, and there's a significant number of them.
Anybody else come? I think we got over 140 Republicans to vote to get rid of the Department of Education. I was shocked and pleased. But any other comments on using the 10th Amendment as a guide and getting us back to the straight and narrow here, where our forefathers would have wanted us, ahead of any remotely touching Social Security?
I thank the gentleman from Wisconsin. I think it's a great point, and one that we can debate in a commission or on this committee. And now would like